provoke the clash between the two communities. But before that, let me tell you who are the Zomis. Zomis is a collective identity adopted by the Kuki-Chin language-speaking people in India and Myanmar. Zomi people reject labels Kuki and Chin as colonial impositions. They have been in conflict with the non-tribal Meiteis since May 2023. Now, who are Hmars? Hmars are part of the scheduled tribe in Manipur, Mizoram, Assam and Meghalaya. They are part of the larger Chin Kuki Mizo ethnic group and they are concentrated in Churachandpur district. Officials said the Hmar opposed a Zomi group's hoisting of the community flag on the evening of March 18th. One person was killed and several others injured. Now the appeal for peace has been made. The Hmar, Inpui and the Zomi Council has issued a joint statement expressing concern over the clashes. The statement came after a meeting between the two organizations facilitated by Churachandpur district administration. So the big question is, one, are there multiple voices in Chin Kuki groups? One. And the second is, why the Bar Association in Churachandpur is opposed to the visit of the senior SC judges? Because a team of senior SC judges are supposed to visit Manipur on March 22nd. Churachandpur District Bar Association has put out its opposition. They say any judge from the Meitei community is unwelcome and talks are on to break the impasse. So my question is it correct of Churachandpur Bar Bench to issue a statement like this? It's not democratic at all. And fact of the matter is, now in this context, that both Hmar and the Zomi people are part of the Kuki Zo group of ethnic communities in a conflict with the non-tribal Meiteis since 23. This conflict has already left more than 250 people dead and 60,000 people displaced. So these are the two things which we are going to discuss. But before that, let me play out the bite of Bibol Akoijam, who is MP from the Congress party from Manipur on the judges issue and subsequently of the Kesham Meghachandra of the Congress.
I think it's a good development. If I wish that an all-party delegation can visit there, still better we should have a JPC to inquire into these issues. That gives you confidence to the people that people care, that this country care kind of thing. But the judiciary is responding to this crisis. I welcome that one. And I hope that not only the visit, they should also do a proper committee to investigate what's going on, because there could be cosmetic changes because the judges are visiting there, because that I have seen it. When I've been visiting these camps and, when I ask question in the parliament, the kind of answer I get, what is there in the paper and what is on the ground is quite different.
The decision of the Supreme Court judges is a very welcome step, and our Congress party welcome this step of the judges of the decision of the judges of the Supreme Court led by B.R. Gowai and 5 other Supreme Court judges. In fact, the visit on 22nd March to the different relief camp in the state of Manipur, which is ethnic violence in Manipur, and regarding this, the visit in the different relief camp is a very good, and it will be very positive in case if it is effectively, and see the horrific situations in the different relief camp running by the run over there in different places.
I'm joined by Dr. Tombing, Assistant Professor, National Law University and Judicial Academy, and Major Jaljit Singh, social activist. Let me straight away go to Dr. Tombing first. I mean, to say, is it really necessary to oppose the visit of the senior judges to Churachandpur? I mean, so what's the issue? They are actually talking about the real thing, which is justice.
Yeah, exactly. Kartikeya sir, I agree with you. I personally know Justice Koteshwar Singh also. I have met him on more than 2 occasions, maybe 3-4 occasions as well. I know him to be a very fair judge, and he has purely gone to the Supreme Court on the merit of his achievements and his judicial mind and unbiasedness. And there is no reason for the communities to feel that he could be biased just because he belongs to be a Meitei person. And I think this Bar Council, Churachandpur, maybe they did not understand. I don't think benefit of doubt should be also given as well, because I find it very unfortunate that a team of 6 judges headed by Chairman Justice Gavai and then 5 other judges are going there for the larger legal issues and then the humanitarian aid. And this is what we have been asking for. And the credentials of Justice Singh, there is no cause to doubt about it. He's an absolute good jurist, very meritorious, and then beyond any kind of doubt to his.
But why aren't voices like you there? Why aren't more voices like you? I mean to say, why aren't more people like you say, come out and say that, why oppose the visit of judges? I mean to say, should we call our judges, identify them by their caste, religion, area where they come from? My objection is simple as that. In a democracy, you can say, you have right to say anything. But to say a mighty judge, I completely disagree with this position.
When I read this news, I was myself appalled. Then I went back to X to also confirm again that is this kind of a news really being spread? I find it very strange and appalling also. And in fact, one has to look under whose designation this type of a letter is being issued also. And what were they thinking? God knows. And the Supreme Court is there for the very purpose of ensuring that legal aid and then humanitarian crises are overcome, and then looking into the matters in a more objective way to bring about greater justice.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Major Singh, your comments on this first.
No, I think, Kartikeya, firstly, thank you so much for having me on your show.
It's a pleasure, sir, to have you here.
And basically, a few things which I wanted to call out here is like what Dr. Tombing highlighted. I'm in complete agreement with whatever he said. What I want to question here is, how come a bar association or district bar associations, they're all qualified people. They understand the law, legality. How are they challenging the constitution of, or I would say the fundamental freedom of a judiciary structure? That itself is appalling to me. Now, if you look at the genesis, why they're coming up with this kind of, undemocratic approach. If you see, they feel anything can be demanded, anything can be done. If you see, not just from 3rd May 2023, the 2 national highway of Manipur has been blocked completely, and there has been unchallenged, unopposed. So, this is again a fundamental violation. If you talk about, Article 19 has been violated. Then if you talk about Article 14, Article 22, life, right to life and personal liberty, all has been violated. But still, this kind of when someone commits a crime and they're trying to justify and they have not been dealt, in a proper means, this give more courage, this give more audacity for such division or separatist ideology to pop up. So only thing what I want to call out here is any such, I would say, unconstitutional act has to be dealt seriously, so that there is not even an iota of doubt that such kind of, divisive policy, such kind of unconstitutional policy will not be tolerated. India is completely, a democratic. It has a constitution. This should not be accepted. That's something, I wanted to call out. And like from personal perspective, I have served in army. When I am serving as an officer, I do not represent any community. Now, even Justice Koteso, who is coming, he's not representing a Meitei as such. He's representing.
Absolutely.
So that's something
he's a judge. He's just a judge.
Right.
He's judge is a judge is a judge. I'm also joined by Lamjatang Haukep. How are you? Long time I have not seen you, Michael. Thank you for coming on my show. I've got 2 questions for you, sir. Lamjatang, first question is, why oppose the judges? And the second question is, what can you tell us about the dispute which took place between the Hmar and the Zomi community? Does it tell us that the Kuki community is not one monolithic community? There are a lot of sub-communities with different views of the prevailing situation. Lamjathang?
Kartikeya, you see, I keep on reiterating that you have to identify the
Yes, tell me.
who and who is fighting. This is right from day one. That right from day one, I keep on telling in all my show that who and who is fighting in Manipur. One thing is very clear: all the non-Naga tribes of Manipur, the 12 non-Naga tribes of Manipur, are affected or impacted, and they have been mistakenly identified as Kuki by the Meitei. Within the non-Naga tribes like the Zomi, which is composed of 7 tribes, they never agreed to the term Kuki. And the Hmar, they never agreed to the term Kuki. The Thado, like me, we never agreed to the term Kuki. So, who and who is fighting yet? It's very evident. So, the Zomi, on the other hand, the Hmar, on the other hand, they maintain their distinct identity, and they are not a part of Kuki, and now they are fighting within. You see, all the 6 MLAs from Churachandpur district and Faisal, including, they came out in support of the district administration. Earlier, they were so much a part of the separate administration. They have been using those, uncivilized mobs to, pursue these things happens, their demand. So today, boldly, it's very unfortunate that they need a community understanding as well between the Kuki and Zomi, and the Kuki and Hmar, and the Hmar and the Zomi community as well. Community understanding is the most important thing even right now, and I call for peace amongst them, despite being non-Naga who have been allegedly, mistakenly identified as Kuki by the Meitei and other, including the medias. So on the issue of the Churachandpur District Bar Association, objecting, issuing, unnecessarily a statement called clarification, where this is purely a government program, not bar association program. It's very uncalled for, and when it's not about Meitei or whatsoever, it is challenge the sovereignty of India, and this challenge the supreme of the supreme power of the judiciary. So I was expecting something has to be done from the Supreme Court side, but anyway, to take things in a very on the good side also, it's not what enough by joining a very small program like that, like this type of things, and paying a very heavy price.
But I think everyone should welcome the Supreme Court judges going there. You know why? Because I have been saying this in my program, that for any peace process to take place, the most important component is justice. And anyone, all the people,
Kartikeya, in my opinion,
they would agree that everything has happened in Manipur, but the justice has not happened right now. Who perpetrated the violence in the initial days, catch them, jail them. Justice is very important, and it needs to be done. And when the judges are there, it's sending a message. They're looking out for justice.
So people are not having a mature kind of behavior. So it's very good in one sense that judges don't go like Justice Koteswar. If he avoids to go, not to go, unnecessarily there will be lots of attention and drama. It's not what in a very small seminar. That's what I have to say on the other side also, because these people are not having maturely. So the judges could have gone there, but they could have hammered it. But you see the kind of indecent civil people. So you have to pay the price. So that's not what I mean. So it is not about, in one sense, it's not about weakness of the judge, but if needed, they can come, they can go anytime. But in such a very small seminar, I don't think it's not what for to provide a trouble. So I respect the maturity of Justice Koteswar and other High Court judges like Sharma and etc.
Okay, Dr. Tom Meng, your views, as Lamjathang has been saying, that there is a multiplicity when it comes to the Zomi community. It's not a monolithic block, and people fail to understand it from outside, from Delhi. They think it's Kuki Methi, it's like two homogeneous community, and they even forget there are Nagas there in Manipur.
Yes. We are a very diverse community, and we are a very ailing society also. This could be to do with ethnic clashes or sporadic violence that has been part of our lives because of many concern of insurgency movement and as well. And I believe as a community, we have become schizophrenics as well. We have multiple personality disorder also in some ways. And maybe because of all this prolonged war, the pain, non-closure of the injuries that have been caused over a period of time, like I always said, the genetic memory has been too scarred. And therefore, there's always a existential query is there, and therefore, there is mistrust everywhere. And then whatever the incident that's happened 4 days back, it almost escalated into a full-blown civil war again in this Manipur area. And then, in fact, the feed that I saw, which was like very sarcastic also. So one fellow from the Kuki community says to the Meitei community that you come and wage war against us. It's only when you come for war you unite us. So that's kind of the irony that we have been playing out. And therefore, because of this very scarred genetic memory of ours, the divide that we have, it simply get played out, and suddenly you're on the verge of the clash among yourselves.
Major Singh, I'll take a closing comments from you. You know, what is the panacea for this clamp down, shut down, paralyzing the state? Is there a way out of it? You know, you don't like anything, you shut things down. You know, this is so unfair.
No, I very straightforward solutions basically. Any illegal act which has been committed, we cannot let them scot-free. Even it may be a small initiative when we allow a crime or a criminal to walk free, and if we do not take any actions, that embolden more such things to come up. The only solutions out here also, if someone is on the wrong side of the law, we have to make sure it has been enforced. We have to make sure law and order has been established. So it's irrespective about any community. So all I want to highlight out here is when a constitution of India has been challenged, the freedom of judiciary has been challenged, we cannot set the trend or an example to let anybody scot-free. We have to make sure the law take its own course.
Okay, I completely concur with all of you. Thank you, Mr. Hauke. Thank you, Dr. Tombing. Thank you, Major Singh, for joining my show. And my understanding is that this is completely undemocratic, uncalled for. Any politics to be done on judges who are there for a cause, and they might end up doing better things for Manipur, should be welcomed wholeheartedly by everyone, by every community. Because when we talk about judges, they don't have, you don't talk about them from the context of caste, you don't talk about them from context of identity, from the area where they come from. They are the judges. They have to be seen from the context of their work, their judgment, and what are they supposed to do. So what has happened in Manipur is completely uncalled for, undemocratic. There should be a crackdown, and the visit must go glitch free. So thank you for joining On Point. I will be back tomorrow at the same time at 7 p.m. Good night.
Easy to say electric vehicles are the future. What is the communication strategy that you go with?
Electrification is not a trend, it's a reality.
We are in the age of Gen Z consumers. In fact, some say we're already in the age of Gen Alpha consumers.
Now the consumers are going digital, lifestyles are going digital. The most important bedrock of this is trust. I'm blessed to work with a brand that has humongous trust and love of people across this country and the world, as a matter of fact.
Is life transactional by any chance?
Everything in the creation affects everything else.
I think the existential question that all of us grapple with, that who am I?
From being somebody to becoming nobody is the first step in enlightenment.
Watch Duologue with Barun Das at these times on News9.